Hey, what's up guys? It's Kevin with Fandroid.com and this is our review of the HTC Sensation 4G. The HTC Sensation 4G is headed to T-Mobile as the American version of the HTC Sensation flagship superphone that HTC debuted back a few months ago. It's got a 4.3-inch QHD display. At the top of the phone here you have the speaker for your earpiece, the notification light which is actually embedded underneath the speaker grill, a couple of other sensors, and a front-facing camera. Moving to the bottom of the phone you'll see the 4 capacitive Android buttons for home, menu, back, and search. On the left side of the device you'll see a volume rocker and a micro USB port. The opposite side of the phone remains blank. The top of the device has your power standby button and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Looking at the back of the device you'll see that the phone carries HTC's unibody design. It's an aluminum back cover with plastic inserts that help with reception. They have embedded antenna in there. Removing the battery cover can be tricky, but you press this button in and sort of peel away from the bottom and it slides off. There you'll see the battery, an included 8GB micro SD card, and a couple connectors for antenna. Those connect to these points on the inside of the battery cover to help with reception. Because of the antenna placement, some outlets have reported that the HTC Sensation 4G suffers from a death grip, which will cause your signal to die if held the wrong way. But through my experience, that hasn't seemed to be the case. Here you see the 8-megapixel camera with dual LED flash and speaker. There's a couple microphones down at the bottom of the device. Inside the phone you'll find a 1.2 GHz dual-core Snapdragon processor which really just feels blazing quick, and it's helped out by 768 megabytes of RAM. The phone also carries 4 GB of internal storage. If we fire up the phone you'll see that the HTC Sensation 4G carries HTC's latest version of their Sense UI, which has this active lock screen. The way that works is you can just pull up and unlock your phone, but you can quickly jump to any of these applications by just grabbing them and pulling them into the circle, and it will launch right there. Looking at the software information you'll see that it is indeed an Android 2.3.3 phone running HTC Sense version 3.0. The latest version of HTC Sense also comes with the new 3D home screens. You can see the 3D animation here just flicking through. They kind of roll through in a 3D way. The cool thing about this is that you won't hit an end to these. They'll just keep cycling around, so you come back to your main home screen eventually. And if you go quick, you get this shrunk down view and you can kind of just zoom through those really quick. And you'll notice no lag really because we got that 1.2 GHz application processor in there. Another thing I really like about HTC Sense on the Sensation 4G is this drop-down notification bar. It's pretty similar to your standard notification bar at first. I mean, you get all your notifications and things you can click through, go jump to those immediately. But you can also hit this quick settings button and you'll get your on-off toggles for all of these different features like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and whatnot. And that can be really good for turning on and off and helping battery life. And you can also jump right into all settings just by hitting there, and there you go. In the App Store you have a little slider that lets you select between all apps, frequently used apps, your downloaded apps, and that way you can quickly jump between all of your applications without having to navigate through a long list. Alright, so here's a look at web browsing on the Sensation 4G. You'll see the 4.3-inch QHD display looks great for loading web pages. Pages load quickly on that HSPA Plus connection. You know, everything works as it should smoothly thanks to that dual-core processor. I'll just click here and see if we can get an example of downloading a page, loading up a page over that HSPA Plus connection. You'll see taking a little while to connect, but now the download page is loading pretty quickly. See, it'll just all show up there, and the HSPA Plus upload speed is great for uploading video content to YouTube and that sort of thing. No problems with that. So there you see the page is finished uploading. Let's just get that into the full view. Now let's take a look at the camera on the Sensation 4G. Drop it in there. There you go. You'll see it is a dual camera phone, so it's got a front facing camera and a rear facing camera. You can switch between the two by pressing that, and there you should see me. And now we're back to the main camera on the back. That's an 8-megapixel camera. It's got dual LED flash, and it can record video at up to 1080p. Pretty basic. No dedicated camera key, so you got to use the on-screen key. But you have different settings here. You can switch into video mode. Your basic camera Works well, looks pretty good. We've been pretty satisfied with the results so far. So that's our look at the HTC Sensation 4G for T-Mobile. It really lives up to that superphone name. It's super quick. The updates to HTC Sense make it a real easy-to-use phone, really customizable, a real great experience. Probably one of the best that T-Mobile has to offer right now. So if you're looking for the next high-end Android device, the next power phone for a power user, you're really going to want to check out the HTC Sensation 4G.